Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NuWhoZone. And we are here for NuWhoZone, and we're here for Heaven Sent. Yay! Yay! I'm only messing. Yay! Yeah. Hope you all had a great weekend. Mine's a bit weird. Was a bit weird. We had the football and the snooker on. So like, yeah, had a lot to keep me going. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to get this episode done as quick as possible so we can talk a few minutes about the teaser. But I'm going to be watching the snooker as well while we're actually. So I'm going to be watching multiple screens here actually because the snooker final happens to be on. The last session happens to be on now as we're playing, well, as we're doing this stream. So I'm at the being watching the snooker all week. And I'm gonna watch it while we're streaming. I mean, once I can see the balls being potted on the screen with no sound, we're kind of good. But yeah, as I said, I've been watching it all week, so I don't want to miss it. So there we go. She's got the trophy in her hand. Get that trophy off your hand, you dope. Anyway, let's bring on our guests so we can get this episode started because I'm not here on my own. But as usual, we're joined by me panel. So let's start off with royalty first. It's the one and only Queen Charlotte.
Hello, everybody.
And we got PD Rich.
Hey,
Nice to see us. We got 6 people listening right now. We got Brisk in the chat. Hello, nice to see you. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started straight away, folks. We're going to get started straight away. So just let me make sure that I have everything prepped so we don't mess this up. Right, Queen Charlotte, if you want to do the countdown, go for it.
Yep, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And there we go. We're off. There we go.
oh great! When it starts doing Hellbent. Give me a sec. I'll catch up. Oh, for God's
And we
sake,
got
my
King
menu.
King in the chat who's been doing the audio for the trailers that have been putting together. So thank you for that.
There we go.
So we're on the good episode this week, PD.
Yeah. There we go. Well, I think it was just the ending of Hellbent that was bad, in my opinion.
We'll talk about next week, but
Yeah,
I think
we'll
the
talk
whole
about it next
thing's
week.
bad. But I'll see if I revisit it. If I change my opinion.
I said personally, I think it was the end. It was just terrible.
A 2-parter.
But then again, that's Stephen Moffat for you. Great start, shit ending.
We do know that this is the greatest episode, so we do know that everybody's going to give it a 10. But to make it more interesting, we'll judge it as a 2-parter. So we'll see.
Yeah, so we're not giving scores then. That's in. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Because it is a 2-parter in reality. Well, in reality, it's a 3-parter, but technically it's a 2-parter.
Brisk, it took me years. You're not the only one. I literally understood this properly. Was it last year when we were watching random episodes that we liked? And then I got it. So it took me years and years and years to understand what this whole episode is saying, basically.
Yeah, basically, he didn't have to go through all of this, but he chose to.
Yeah.
It's the Doctor's self-punishment. This whole ordeal is his own self-punishment.
It's also how much he hates his people.
Yes. Mixed with grief.
He's being totally stubborn. Stubbornness and grease, I saw it as.
Yeah, no, this is... Many people have said this is why this especially this episode, touches so many people because it's grief.
Yeah.
And of course, if you've gone through that, I think that's what it is a little bit with this. Because I know I've not really experienced grief properly.
Well, so I have recently.
That's what I mean, though. Like, if you've not experienced it, you completely see this episode almost in a different lens. Whereas if you have,
Yeah.
you understand it a bit. It's why it took me so long.
Yeah.
Because I remember just thinking, like, why Clara? Like, why is it so fixated on Clara? Because he's had companions die before. Like, I was like, what? And then I understood. It's not. Clara is important here, but Clara was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, pretty much.
More than anything else.
That's pretty much what it is. It's like it was the last one.
And also, I think you got to realise this was when this doctor was just starting to allow himself to feel again. He was just allowing himself to be vulnerable again, and then he loses Clara.
Yeah, it's...
Because a lot of this is in the direction, a lot of it is not in the actual dialogue. There's a bit of it in the dialogue, which gets a little bit on, like, tells you basically. There's one scene, I think the only real time later on when he's in the TARDIS, where he actually is a bit more upfront with what he's feeling. Otherwise, it's all subtext.
Yeah.
Briss. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Well, Russell doesn't really kill his characters off. We'll see what he does.
No, that's his problem.
He gives them horrible endings, but they don't die. Yeah, and then Bill. It's like he goes through this trauma with Clara, and then he has to go through a whole different one with Bill's ending.
It's got a lot of lines in this one, and the acting's brilliant.
Well, see, it's just him on his own. The creature doesn't talk. So, I mean, this is just all Peter. This doesn't work with Jodie Whittaker.
God, imagine Jodie doing this.
Don't.
It'd be a nightmare. Oh my God. Oh, yes, Dad. Oh.
Try imagine just some of the speeches in this, her trying to deliver them.
She'd just be running around looking like she has hay fever, crying all the time. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That should be going around saying how the creature is evading our safe space.
Yeah. Oh, I invade my safe space. Oh, I can't fool my way with my Sonic. Oh, I don't have my Sonic.
Oh, I'm gender neutral. Oh, stop attacking me.
Oh,
I was going to Brisk. I think you're right, Brisk, with that one. I'm going through them in my head. I think they are the only ones to proper die. But I think you're right, Noel. This episode is the perfect example as to why people say, like, to us, why when we talk about how important it is to have a quality actor in this role, and like people go, why? Like, I know not everybody, but you'd see a bit of that sometimes, don't you? Like, why do they have to have so much gravitas or chops or whatever? And you just need to point to here and go, Moffat knew he could give Capaldi this script. He could trust him with this script and it would work because of his level of talent.
Yeah. I'll tell you another thing, because I was studying this one for my long essay at uni. This episode, it's got a brilliant 5.1 sound mix to this episode. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, yeah, the music's gorgeous.
It's like when they really started getting the sound mix right.
Is this the first time we hear, is it Shepherd's Boy? Is that what it's called?
Not the first time in Doctor Who, but it's the first time we hear it as the Doctor's music.
Yes, I thought this was the first time I picked it up in an episode.
There's hints of it in Day of the Doctor.
It's a lovely bit of music.
I love it. It's one of my favourite bits.
Yes, Gobby, this really was. This is what we mean by having...
Yeah.
If you don't have a Doctor that works, the show fails. Basically.
Yeah.
because they pull everything else up around them, and that's what Capaldi did a lot. And hello, JFO. I think I got the letters right there. Yeah, Harriet Jones has done well, but she wasn't a companion. But yeah, her death was well done.
Imagine it was Jodie grieving over Dan. It's like, how could you grieve over Dan? Shame, Joe. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, and this episode also reminds me, I'm so excited for Rachel to come back. So excited. Like, that is something I'm legitimately looking forward to. Her directing some of these specials.
Yeah.
Don't know if she's got one or two, but whichever one she does, it's going to look and it's going to really tell the story well. Gobby, though, I think, to be fair, I don't know what you can disagree or agree with me here. I think almost the way he was treated has now made the fandom love him more.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot more appreciation for Capaldi in the last couple of years because of the treatment.
That's true. Also, as well, I think a lot of fans out there are, a lot of them kind of didn't give Peter a decent chance as the Doctor. They'd already wrote him off, and I think there's a lot of fans out there that are rediscovering Peter's Doctor again, and again, that's where the appreciation's coming from. I think some of these fans that literally left after Matt are watching now, and they realise that they made a mistake. Yeah, some of the stories are awful, we're not going to lie, but you cannot fault Peter Capaldi's performance as the Doctor throughout his whole era. It was a masterclass.
Yeah, I think Rachel Talalay actually directed a load of the Power of the Doctor as well. A few the plug-in parts they had to make. There's a massive rumor going around about that still.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Well, she definitely directed the ending. That was her.
Oh yeah.
They said rumors that she didn't just direct the ending; she directed like about 33% of the episode in reshoots. Oh.
It will be interesting also because obviously she's so heavily associated with Capaldi's Doctor. To see how she's going to direct David. That's also what I'm looking forward to. Like a lot more energetic Doctor in the way he tends to act. And like I said, I still think Tennant's going to play a different Doctor, but I think he's going to have some quirks that we remember.
Well, if the teaser trailers aren't to go by, I think he's the Meta-Crisis Doctor.
Yeah, we'll get into that. That's a theory I've got now.
Yeah.
I said it to you, though, didn't I? I said that'd probably be the way they do it, because I did bring up the Meta-Crisis.
You said it'd be linked, I can remember.
And the teaser was there, and if you slow it down, you'll see that the actual Meta-Crisis chamber is there. The chamber that held his hand is in it. So I'm telling you, man, it's all connected somehow.
But then sometimes Russell likes to put these things in to confuse the audience.
True, but the trailer was very interesting because you had to play it backwards.
Yeah.
You have to actually play it backwards.
Yeah.
I bet you were humming Shepherd's Boy.
Yeah. The music's brilliant to this episode as well. Really clever.
I like it because it felt like Murray was being different for this one, didn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
It really felt like he was just flexing some other sort of skills he had or creative thoughts.
I'm starting to get this weird feeling that Murray didn't have much direction under Moffat, and that's probably why he did kind of very samey and generic.
I think you got the feeling that when he was with Russell the first time, he sort of knew the scripts a lot and he knew certain character moments, and so he could match his music to it.
Yeah, Russell also knew what he wanted musically. exactly
like
what he
you
wanted.
could tell like him and Russell were really a team when it came to the script and the music being sort of married together. I agree with you with Moffat. It didn't feel like that, did it?
Yeah, it's a bit like Terry Matalas on Star Trek Picard season 3. He knew exactly what he wanted musically, and he produced a brilliant soundscape. His musicians produced an absolutely amazing soundscape.
Yeah, and that's a skill because parts of the industry really don't appreciate what music does.
No, sound in general.
They really don't.
No, I agree. I think Sigma Nakranola actually showed if you get someone in and the music isn't quite right, it can throw the whole thing off. Again, maybe Murray would have been able to do a better job for Jodie's era and gave her those things because he would have come up with some great themes for her.
He would have come up with a theme that was better, yeah.
Here we go.
But you see, this was the one thing I didn't like about Heaven Sent. It's because this was Moffat channeling Sherlock with the Mind Palace rubbish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, no, this is the beginning of the Doctor's theme. A good man.
Yeah, with Clara mixed in. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this sort of twinkly
I have that tune. It's 11 minutes long. 8 minutes long. It's fucking brilliant. It is. I used
the full version
in the early days. In the early days when I was doing my slideshow videos, and when I ever did a Peter Capaldi video, that was the music that I used, man.
Yeah. Second track on the album.
It's because like they just mixed well, didn't they? And you can't help but think Murray planned that on purpose.
Yeah.
They did though. It was brilliant, man. That's still one of my favourite themes as well, I have to say.
Yeah, but no, I know what you mean. This is I think the problem was at this point, Moffat when he was writing mysteries, which he would always do before Sherlock, but when he was doing them both at the same time, the Sherlock stuff creeped into his natural mystery writing. So you couldn't help but go, oh, that's a bit Sherlocky.
I'd already sussed this though, first time round. What was going on? Because back in those days, I was really very clever with it. I was I had my finger to the pulse when it came to Doctor Who, because I still kind of, during the Peter Capaldi era, as I said, I was paying a bit more attention than I did to the Matt Smith era, but I'd sussed it, what was going on. Yeah. And especially when I seen the skulls, it confirmed it for me. I have to be honest. When I seen the skulls, when he dived down into the water, I knew exactly what was going on. But it's weird, as Charlotte said, like, there's a lot of fans like Charlotte that didn't know what the hell was going on. And they weren't quite sure about the story. But I think once they knew what he was trying to do, then this just became, and it probably is the greatest Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, it's a great mystery episode.
I think it works because usually when you have a loop in a story, they make it really obvious. There's a time loop. Whereas here, they hid it as much as possible.
Yeah. My nan had one of those eras in green, by the way. They are very old.
You're picking stuff up. But this is, like I said, it's all subtext. Most of the story beats here.
Yeah.
It's with the music. It's with the direction. It's with tiny little things Peter says, but he doesn't even fully understand it until right at the end.
Yeah, it's a hard episode to make as well because it's just one person doing dialogue and monologue.
Oh yeah. This is basically your production strip bare, isn't it? As much as you could for a television production. Because even the sets, there's only really...
Yeah.
It feels like 4 or 5 sets in this whole story, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's really hard to lose your way on directing one of these.
Oh yeah. And that's I think Moffat, you could never fault him. He understood when he had a really tricky episode like this, he would always get an experienced director in.
Oh yeah.
He never gave these stories to the newbies.
Yeah.
I can't think of any off my head. Maybe he did the odd one, but I can't think of any. He was like, no, I need my A team for these type of episodes.
Yeah. I do know they're using a lot of wireless equipment, the sound people, team on this one. They're actually using wireless booms.
Yeah, so it wouldn't get in the way, I suspect.
Yeah. It was like very minimal. It went very.
Now I have a timestamp. You two, can you give Chris, is that a timestamp?
I'm on about 18 minutes and 10 seconds. It might not be 100% right.
Hold on. Timestamp was 18 minutes and 56 seconds. So 19 minutes.
Yeah, by the time you properly get there, Chris.
Okay, I'm caught up with you now. Going into the graveyard scene.
Yeah, because it's like Brisk. I didn't get who he was talking to, who Clara was meant to be. I remember being so confused by that. I was like, and then I understood what Clara was.
But do you not remember she used to leave notes for him all the time and even on the blackboard?
Oh, I
Yeah.
understood. But I remember just thinking, like, there was bits of it that I was just like, she's not a ghost. She did leave notes. I can remember that. But it was more just, why was she speaking the way she was to him? That's what I didn't understand. If that makes sense. It was her dialogue. It threw me off a bit. I was like, and then she's basically his walking conscience in this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why he has a companion around, because he needs someone to stop him when he goes to do something really stupid.
Well, it's more just for that, but in here, she's basically that inner voice, isn't she?
Yeah, but she's asking the questions so he could so he thinks in the right way as well. Like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, these sound effects are great for the flies. You're watching 5.1, they're buzzing all over the room. They really started to up their game with sound in like this season, I think. I mean, because even for the one they showed in the cinema, Day of the Doctor and Time of the Doctor, the 5.1 sound mix isn't that great.
Yeah, and it was so busy as well, and so much going on.
It's just it's all they're doing is like putting dialogue through the middle speaker, or through the left or the right, depending where the character's standing, and just Atmos through the back pair. That's all they were doing. It's only here they started actually using 3D sound in this season.
Do you know what? It's a shame, because probably if Doctor Who was more popular at this point when it was broadcast, maybe they would have gotten away with putting this in the cinema.
I know.
Like, imagine this on a big screen.
Yeah.
With that'd be just
Hellbent at
magical.
time. Yeah, sorry, Heaven Sent and Hellbent as a full showing. Face the Raven. All three, one feature length. I think this is the episode that really made me love Peter Capaldi, though. In the end, just seeing how as an actor generally, how he really had to pull it off on his own.
Yeah, because the problem was he had so many other things like being a distraction, didn't he? Before this, you had Clara, you had some of the politics that was seeping in, you had some other things that he was almost obscured. And here you could just. It's quite funny that whole moment, even back for his first episode when he said "see me." It's like now we could see him.
Yeah. That's the biggest problem about Capaldi's era as a Doctor Who. You can't see him. It's always a companion dancing in the way.
Yeah.
Until Clara goes, and it's like, oh, finally.
Some awesome big law mystery thing Moffat kept waving in front of our faces.
Yeah. That's probably why I quite like the specials after this. They're not great, but you can see more of Capaldi. You can hear the flies.
Yeah.
Even in The Doctor's Wife, it wasn't a very good episode, but you know.
Oh,
I adore that episode.
Yeah.
I love that episode. It's fucking great. What are you on about?
Sorry, just let me look at the back of the box.
Oh, do you mean the Husbands of River?
Husbands of River song. Sorry, Doctor's Wife.
That's the one. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But not the bleeding Doctor's Wife.
Doctor's
What the hell are you on?
Sorry, I got the episode name wrong. I knew it was something to do with Doctor's Wife.
I was like, come on, PD, that's fucking great. You
no,
can't
it's a
take
good
that
episode. That's a good episode, Doctor's Wife.
It is. I love that. I love that. Do you know why I love the Doctor's Wife is because there's the horror element, and when House takes over the TARDIS with Amy and Rory, that is really fucking scary if you're a kid.
Yeah. And you finally get to see some TARDIS corridors.
By the way, so we do have to talk about, apparently he wants to get the rating up on Doctor Who. He wants to make it slightly older, which is suggested to me, because one of the episodes apparently he wants to do a proper psychological thriller, but because of the age rating he can't do it, so he's getting it changed. He wants to get it changed.
So it would be a 9 o'clock for post watershed.
So he wants to make Doctor Who slightly older for an older audience.
It'll be at 8 o'clock on Sunday evening then.
I don't care. I don't care when it's on.
That's why Moffat got stuck to make it.
It's good. I don't think it is. Look, I think the 60th might be on Sunday.
Yeah, he probably won't try that for
but I don't think Series 14 will, like TD now, is speculating. And they did say they were speculating, by the way. They haven't said that there. But I reckon they're wrong, to be quite honest. But we'll get into it. Because I'm dying to kind of talk about that as well for the few minutes. Luke has had to win another frame here, so
I think he was scared of what his people were going to become.
Oh, he's always scared of that, PD.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing around this kind of Moffat and R.C. Davis era. Kind of ran from Gallifrey because he was scared of what
Moffat loved to scare the kids, though. You look at some of the episodes Moffat did, Night Terrors, the God Complex, RTD's era, you had Midnight. That was bleeding scary. Midnight is still one of my favourites, though. That's up there as one of the top scary episodes, though, for me.
Yeah.
Midnight.
I mean, they did it on purpose. Murray Gold did the music to make it frightening as well as as emotional.
Yeah, because I think, and I do still believe this about Russell and Moffat, I think that they're fully aware that this show has got a massive adult audience. And they don't want to play down, they want to play up by the sounds of it. They want to fully embrace the fact that this has got an adult audience. It's not just kids that watch Doctor Who.
I was just thinking, though, he could use the med. I was just thinking about what we're going to be talking about later on, but this just popped into my head. RTD could use the Metacrisis Doctor to actually retcon what came before.
It's like I said,
we'll talk about. I know you're dying to talk about, but we will. How long have we got left? I do love this episode, but
we have talked about it before. It's brilliant.
Exactly.
God, do you think you can even hear the flies in the headphones? That's how good the soundtrack is. This one.
It's still good, but I've got so many theories now, and I hope he does. Listen, I don't care what the Jodie Whittaker fans say, right? it'll be the best thing to do if he does it, if he uses the meta-crisis doctor to do it. It's the only way that you're going to win every fan back.
I was going to say, with some of the announcements, it'd be a massive positive column, in the positive column, for him.
Oh, I think it'd be the biggest positive. I think that will then sway a lot of fans. Because remember, there's a lot of fans that are saying, you know, unless it's retcon, willing to give Shoot You Go, but they have to retcon the Timeless Child first.
Yeah.
Retcon that rubbish.
So Jodie ends up becoming the
So
meta-crisis.
just retcon it, or put it in its own little bubble.
But here's what makes me laugh. Like, you can still have Jodie as your as the time still happened. We just want that bit of the lore to go away.
Yeah.
Even that, just erase. Yeah, I agree with you. Because look, no matter what we say, right, or what we say as fans, she is the 13th Doctor, and always will be
legitimate fan
the 13th.
So...
Yeah. And she does have that legitimate fan base, whether we like to admit it or not. It's not much of a fan base, but she still does have that support. So, you know, if he was to retcon the Timeless Child nonsense
keep her Doctor
and restore Gallifrey and get rid of those fucking stupid Cyber Lords, I'll be happy.
No, and also as well, I said, I think that would please both camps a little bit. You're not making Jodie not happen. You're not erasing a Doctor, but you're dealing with a bit of lore, which is just caused.
The only problem that he does have though is Joe Martin's Doctor. How does he somehow? Because it's not fair on Joe Martin to be dismissed. In fairness, right? Even though you know, I mean the Fugitive of Judoon, we all said it was actually a pretty decent episode until the reveal. To be quite honest, it was probably one of the best episodes up until then.
I think she's very easily dealt with. Just say she's from a bloody parallel universe.
Yeah.
She is a
Doctor from a parallel universe.
She's the Meta-Crisis Doctor. That's what David Tennant's Meta-Crisis Doctor regenerated into. Maybe the original Doctor got it wrong and the Meta-Crisis Doctor could regenerate.
That's what I mean. Actually, I think Joe's quite easy to deal with. Just say she's an offshoot of some description. You can give it whatever title you want, but just say she's an offshoot.
Yeah.
Or
we're trying to be fair on Joe Martin because it's not her fault. I think Chris Chibnall fucking treated her really badly. I really do.
And let's be fair, she seems like a lovely woman, individual, and
she's a Doctor Who fan as well, though. But that's most importantly, for me, is that she understood some of the criticisms from fans. She was always when she's still on Twitter, but she never argued with any fans.
No,
you know, she never had a go at any fans. She just got on with it. Unlike the woman,
she did a job, basically.
Yeah. I'm not saying we should validate our Doctor and all of this, right, for just in case anybody is out there, but there has to be some way that even RTD could make our Doctor.
He can, like I said, just
fix it,
or just at a push, say she's a version of the bloody Valeyard or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So the Meta-Crisis Doctor is a Valeyard.
She's a precursor to the Valeyard. She's not the Valeyard. Yeah. She's like the regeneration beforehand or something. And because of how she got treated by the whatever they were called, that group, I can't remember, because Chibnall wrote them so well. That group,
the Division,
yeah, that's it. Like, because of the Division messing around in her life and doing all the stuff, that's where the Valeyard comes from.
That's a good one from Crystal. Yeah, I'd go with that. I'd go with that.
Yeah,
but because then she could say that she just took her dad's name because, you know.
Yeah, that's a really good shout, Chris.
Yeah, it's actually Jenny. That's what I was thinking as well.
Oh, I love this piece of music here.
Yeah.
This is a great scene.
Yes,
he looks up, he knows the star. See, this is the thing. He knows how long he's been there because he's been looking at the stars. Remember that? So he actually knows that. It's just he punished himself. He literally punished himself.
But it's also another element to this. He's being stubborn to get back at the Time Lords.
Yeah, it
wants to
is.
break
Yeah, so
their-
he doesn't give
break
them.
their
Yeah,
toy.
break them. Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to give them the satisfaction. So
See them break.
yeah,
So,
there's
yeah.
multiple facets here. But he
That's so
is
good.
angry, and he does believe that he needs to be punished for all the lives that were lost. And as Charlotte said, I think Clara's death was the camel that broke. Whatever that saying.
Yeah.
Straw that broke.
The straw that broke the camel's back. Jesus Christ, man!
Yeah.
I said that backwards. Anyway, but she's right. That would have been the moment, like, and he's finally snapped. And somehow he kind of probably thought to himself, well, if I do this, I'm somehow repenting, you know?
Yeah, this is a massive theme of repenting and self-loathing. We know the Doctor's got a habit of that.
And also trying to come to terms with Clara's death and process it. And that's what's hard for him. He's not able to process her death. He's gotten to that point where he's just, because you could see it throughout his run, that he was sick of losing people. Even Matt Smith's Doctor, that's why he changed the whole, he didn't want to destroy Gallifrey. So that carried on with Peter's Doctor. That element of Matt's Doctor carried on with Peter's Doctor. He hated losing people. I think Matt Smith's Doctor did take it personally, but I think Capaldi took an extra step.
Yeah.
It really did affect him.
I think the difference is, I agree with you, but I think the slight difference is with Matt's Doctor, it was in the moment when it came to losing Amy, for example, or Rory. Whereas with Capaldi, it's like he's stuck in this moment and he's just flashing back constantly to Adric. Like, even if and I also think he's not counting deaths in his head. He's counting the companions whose lives he thinks he's ruined.
Yeah.
Think about Martha, what she went through. Think about where Rose is currently. She's stuck in a parallel universe.
Yeah.
Think about Donna. She had to get her memory wiped. So I think it's not just the death. He's just thinking, I think I'm causing good in this world.
But why do I always seem to lose?
Yeah.
Because he does have that. Like, he might save a whole planet, but it'll always come at a cost.
Yes, and it's it's like the cost can be a different version, but it's always, and I think you see that fully in Twice, which is I adore that scene in Twice when he's on the battlefield and he just says, "Look at where I am again. This is my life."
Yeah.
So even at the end of this episode, what I love, he's not fully recovered. He's got enough power to break the wall.
Yeah.
But he's not fully healed himself. And even on his last episode, like you said, he's still carrying that cost idea and that idea of, I think I'm helping the universe, but so many people get caught up in my helping.
Yeah.
And he just wants
There's
to
also
end
the
it.
message in the end of the last episode that grief does make you do stupid things.
Oh, yeah.
I get that part of it.
Brisk says, I don't like the hybrid. Well, the hybrid should have been a hybrid between the Doctor and a Dalek or something, or Davros or something like that. That's what the hybrid should have been.
Moffat changed his mind, I think, honestly.
It was it turned out to technically be a shielder in the end.
Yeah, at one point, I think he was almost saying Clara and the Doctor were the hybrid when he was writing it. Then it became Doctor and Daleks. Then it became Shielder.
Yeah. So we thought it was a regeneration
since
bit.
I watched Hellbent, so it'll be interesting to see how I react next week to that.
Same here.
Yeah. So
it probably won't
just
bother
good
us
until
as
the
much.
end. Hellbent's
well, I can't wait for my personal favourite seasons coming up anyway of his.
What, 10, yeah.
Which is season 10.
So much more refined, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was. And I like Bill Potts, and I do. Pearl Mackie deserved better.
We got to put the counter out.
She deserved another season at least.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this, right? I know nobody would have agreed, right? But you had Bill Potts who was attracted to women.
Yeah.
Right? you wanted the Doctor, or Chris wanted the Doctor, to be in some sort of romantic,
Yeah, Bill would have
or to
made
play that
more
through.
sense.
Well, then Bill Potts would have been the perfect companion for her, and it would have made a lot more sense instead of trying to originally start off with Yaz falling for Ryan, and then you abandon that plan because fans decided to ship the Doctor
Twitter
and her.
decided to ship. Let's
Yeah.
make it right.
Yeah.
So the fans decided to ship them, and then of course then the showrunners went with that instead, which was ridiculous.
But hints
But
of
if
it
you were
in the
going to
end.
do all of that, you should have done it with Bill Potts. It would have made more sense.
Yeah.
No. Aw. He's devastated, man.
The thing about this point, I always thought is, why didn't he just take the shovel with him?
Yeah, but again, this is the whole point of it. He knows it's going to take him centuries.
Yeah.
And also, let's be fair, he wants to do it the hard way.
Yeah. I would have taken the shovel.
Yeah, that's the logical thing. But he wants to make it as painful as possible.
Yeah.
I have to be honest, when I first seen this, I was like you. I said, why didn't he take something to bleed hit the thing? But
Why
then
didn't he hit it with sonic sunglasses? Yeah.
But then, when after I watched it and I let it sink in, then I knew exactly what he was. You know what I mean? This is all about punishing himself.
Yeah.
And not giving the Time Lords the satisfaction of.
Yeah.
Because they want the confession, you know what I mean? Confession dial. It's very clever the way they've done it.
And I think Moffat also was trying to show, in a very physical sense, that to get through grief, you have to fight it. Almost, you have to be the force yourself. You have to bring almost. I'm trying to think of a good word for it. It's like you have to be that force of nature.
Yeah.
That gets yourself through it, and I think he was trying to show that.
The oncoming storm, yeah.
Well, he is the fucking oncoming storm.
Oh, definitely, Capaldi is. Because I can't help but think when Moffat was writing this, he was definitely pulling from his own. I don't know if he had lost people, but it screams to me the writing of somebody who has lost.
Yeah.
Either family or friends or somebody close to them, and this is them.
Did Moffat lose or did Jordan his run? I'm pretty sure a family member of his or someone passed away.
Because this, I don't think you could fake the sentiment
Was
here
it his
unless
mother?
you'd gone through it.
Might have been.
I think his mother might. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I do know one of the showrunners, or the two of them at least, RTD was the same, I think, as well. May have lost someone during his run. I'm not.
RTD's
sure.
husband went ill, didn't he?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Moffat, because Moffat was close to his mother, if we all remember, and I think she did.
Yeah.
During his run. But even if she didn't, Charlotte is absolutely right. This doesn't work if you haven't lost someone. So this Moffat clearly
he must have lost somebody.
And he was able to use his pain of that loss to create a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece. Yeah. There is no doubt that this is up there, if not the best episode, but one of the best stories, right? And I mean, you know, people will say some classic stories are better. I don't know. Overall, this is just Peter on his own. This is the Doctor, and there's a creature following them through this changing castle, right? This doesn't work with any other Doctor, in my opinion.
And I don't
Except
think,
maybe, actually, I know who I'd throw in this episode would work with. Tom Baker.
Yeah, put it with Tom.
It
The
will
only
work
thing
with Tom.
the only thing I'd say, you struggle to do this story with format because obviously in classic it would have been a 3-parter or a 4-parter at least. And I think this story works so well because it's like a short burst. It's not a prolonged affair. It's really to the point. It's really slim.
Yeah.
And I think classic you might have struggled because of, like I said, it would have to have been at least a 3-parter, probably at least a 4-parter.
Yeah.
And I also think you couldn't have this atmosphere for 4 episodes.
Yeah.
It's a heavy atmosphere, this story. It engrosses you because of that, but you maybe, I think some fans would struggle.
I mean, even seeing them crawling here, man, broke my heart when I watched this. It was like you don't even need to put yourself through this. You're just punishing you don't need to. You've done so much good. Yeah, you've lost people along the way, but you can't be blamed for that. And remember, some of these companions have been selfish.
Oh yeah.
You know?
But he'll never admit to that. It's like, what does the Dream Lord say in Matt's era?
Yeah.
What does he goes? I can't remember the exact line, but basically, once he clicks who the Dream Lord is, he goes, "Nobody in the universe hates me as much as this person." Something to that effect. So he's saying, "I know, I nobody can hate me as much as myself."
Exactly.
So that's what I mean. Self-loathing is definitely a trait in New Who Doctors. But with Matt, it wasn't as much on the surface. It just would flare up now and again.
We go Shepherd Boy.
And now it all makes sense then. You know? That's the part of that I used for the end of the trailers that me and the Thinking with his audio as well, and I was able to overlap his audio to the end of this. It was deadly the way I did it. The editing is getting better. So 7,000 years there, and then by the time he gets to the end of this sequence, it's what, like 5 million years in the future or something like that.
Yeah. Got
So
5 million years of
basically,
confession
In
dial. Yeah.
fairness, though, Moffat did drag this particular scene out, though. I don't think there was a need to drag it out this long.
yes. So basically, it's impossible to gauge the age now of the Doctor. It's just impossible.
Yeah. Well, it's not physically aging; it's in the confession
No.
dial. Just his mind's aging.
Well, technically, his mind isn't aging because he resets every time. So he's still
But
the
it's-
same
it's-
age as he went in. He hasn't actually aged at all. What's happened
No,
is
but
his
it's
time
it's
is
the
milked.
damage, though. It's
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
damage
but
of what
he's-
he's gone through.
But he has stood
Yeah.
still, basically. $1,200,000 years. Two million years into the future now.
Well, he did say he was going the long way round.
But also, it's just the thought of that Time Lords can create this technology.
Yeah.
That they could do this. Like, this is what. Like, because this is basically a torture device, the way I
Yeah.
see the confession dial.
Yeah.
And that's what. That they went
Yeah.
from being like non-involvement to
Yeah.
this. It's like that perfectly shows you
Yeah.
how far they
Yeah.
have fallen, really, and how
Yeah.
they have become these vicious
Yeah.
creatures.
Yeah. That's it. This is why the Doctor ran away from them, because they were just turning into really nasty people. Technically turning into politicians, weren't they?
But they're already politicians. It was more just
Yeah.
the like you said. This we've all said this is the superior attitude. It's the thinking they're the ones who can control.
Yeah.
And then because of that, thinking all their actions are just so. Like I said, they can
Yeah.
create a torture device like this and
Yeah.
go and put somebody through this.
Yeah. Because in the next episode, the head of the Sisterhood of Calm comments on that and said it would have released him. He just told them who the hybrid
were,
was,
yeah.
but she's also pissed off at Rassilon for putting him through it.
Yeah, because the Sisterhood has sort of a weird love-hate, don't they, with the Doctor?
Yeah,
they're
like the Doctor. That's why he kind of latches onto them in this season. You got to watch the TARDIS to see that, though.
Oh,
but
there
even
we go.
classic, you could see that a bit, couldn't you, in the Tom Baker stories?
Yeah,
Like they
admired
despise
each
him,
other.
but then they will protect him and they'll help him. So that's what I mean. It's a weird setup, really. Even back in
love-hate
classic.
relationship. Yeah, we saw it with the Night of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Here we go.
They'd help him, but they put him for a lot of pain.
You know he's on Gallifrey because of the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that old tune start.
Yeah.
He went the long way round.
Do, do. I love it. A lot of people have said that we've judged Hellbent too harshly. It'll be interesting because we have kind of, since we've watched some episodes that we thought were absolutely awful, we revisited them and they were actually a lot better than what we thought.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There you go. Day of the Doctor's now complete.
Yep, finally finished that storyline.
Yeah, it took him a few years, but
How many series?
2.
Look at that though. Oh,
it's gorgeous.
two in a
And then,
season.
and then Chips destroys it again. Can we actually just have a Gallifrey that's fucking around this time?
I think it was a parallel universe.
I do. Yeah, I think
I think it was a cyber, but it was Pete's world.
No, but you know what I mean? At least this time, in this series now, I want the actual Doctor to be able to go back to Gallifrey and the Time Lord send them on missions as well.
Yeah, actually be a proper presence.
Yeah, have a proper presence of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot you could do with them, man. So bring them in.
Big Finish do a lot with them. Like Paul McGann's whole range, he does a lot with the Time Lords. With the idea of him sending him to missions and him fighting against it, and then sort of actually being happy sometimes to work with them and other times despising it. Like you could have that dynamic.
Yeah.
And Big Finish actually do quite well. Like even
they did brilliant. They brought Lana Ward back.
Even like you'll get a normal story with Paul McGann, and then literally 5 minutes before the end, a Time Lord will pop up and be like, "Oh, hi Doctor, we need you for this," and it's just a fun way to write stuff.
Right. As we're not rating it, but we have a couple of people that have. So XSM gives it an 8.5 out of 10. 2 billion years is one heck of a long way around, says Chris. Yeah, what we do is we're going to rate this next week, and we'll talk about it next week as well, because we want to get into obviously what dropped on Saturday night. No word at all that was going to happen at all, except
it just happened, didn't it?
The social media accounts did put up a cryptic tweet, and then they removed it as quick as they put it up. But people screenshotted it, people have decoded it, and apparently there's going to be a trailer during Eurovision Song Contest. It's this weekend, isn't it? Apparently,
I can't remember if it's this weekend or next weekend.
Right, but some fans apparently have deciphered it and says that there's going to be a trailer during Eurovision, which according to Billy Who is the correct move, because no young person will be watching the coronation.
Let's not get into that.
But
even though Shooty's there, for God's sake, he's actually a part of the concert.
Exactly. Anyway, let's get into this teaser, because it was unexpected. It's only 10 seconds. And there's not really that much. Obviously, if you slow it down, pause it, do a step by step. There is a lot in there. But I want to ask you guys: have you all seen it now? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll start off with We'll actually start off with Queen Charlotte, because Queen Charlotte must be very good at analysing these type of things. So Queen Charlotte, little teaser, 10 seconds. I was actually impressed. I know a lot of people were kind of moaning at it, but I actually liked it. I thought it was pretty impressive. There was some information there.
Yeah, I think it was a very good teaser, in the old proper sense of a teaser, where you can tell it was given little bits of information. I noticed the first time they showed that clip of the hand from the end of Donna's run with Tennant, and that got me thinking. I was like, that's a very precise image. That's a very loaded image, because of course we got the meta crisis off that Doctor, and also that's what caused Dr. Donna. That's what caused the memories to disappear, because of it was killing her. So for that pair to show that in your teaser that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, okay, so are you either going to use the meta crisis for something here, or is this going to relate back to the Donna memory thing? Because she can't remember. Like, from what we learned in series 4, she will die. So unless they have 3 specials of her with no memory of the Doctor, they're going to have to do something with that. So I don't know if that's why that image was shown, to basically signal to us we have got something writing to either fix her memory. I personally don't really want an easy fix. I hope it's a clever, whatever they're doing with this thread, I hope it's clever. I hope it actually doesn't take away from that ending of series 4, because I think that's some of the best acting and writing NuWho's ever done. So I don't want that to
Yeah,
get
but
taken
Donna,
away.
but hold on. A lot of fans have said for
Oh, I
years,
know.
and I think RTD is the same. He kind of admitted that he done it a bit dirty at the
That's
end
what
of
I mean.
that.
I'll be okay if it's as long as it's not easy. That's my
Yeah.
main thing. It can't be easy. It can't be cheap. Whatever we get to rectify that. I think obviously the only real, but I can't help but think like the teaser had that thing of like error, didn't it? A network error and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And with the backwards dialogue that was in it,
Yeah.
I can't help but think this is something to do with Neil Patrick Harris. Because like I'm really getting a vibe that whoever he's playing is just gonna almost be breaking the fourth wall a bit, is gonna be doing certain things that a normal villain shouldn't be able to do, but he's so powerful that he can. I think in the previous trailer you saw that clip of him with like the flowers or the rose petals falling on him. And for me that felt like that is a scene that's gonna feel surreal. And that's the feeling I'm getting from his little bits and bobs we've seen. So I can't help but think, is this also hinting to Neil Patrick's role in this a bit? This idea of crypticness and going backwards and showing very loaded images from series 4. And like you said, like we still the fact that even Tennant's about is still not been dealt with. Russell's purposely kept it very quiet. So that's going to have to factor into this. So, and the only real other thing sort of I noticed was obviously the new character, like the soldier, because me, Dan, and Ian, and a few others were chatting about this on Saturday. We didn't know if he was like a unit soldier with like the white eyes. So he's obviously new. None of us recognise the actor. So yeah,
Yeah.
but he was. I can't but think like that was one of the clear shots. So surely that means something. The fact that looks like he's almost being taken over by something or control. So yeah, I think for what it was very good actually. I think as a teaser, it got enough notice. It got people talking, which is what you want, really.
Right, so I'm going backwards on the trailer. So as you can see, we're on Tennant's face there. So we're gonna go slow as we
And people
can.
were saying, I think that's Donna's road. Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
I think that's
Chiswick.
her house.
Yeah.
I recognise some of the.
So there's Donna again. Alright, then it breaks. And here's the next. So there's
Yeah,
that
this fella.
soldier
Yeah.
that everybody's talking about. But that looks like some sort of VR headset, if you're asking me.
Well, I think he looks like a
Basic flight
soldier
helmet.
to me.
It's a flight helmet.
There's the eyes. The eyes have glowed. So we'll keep going back. It's only 10 seconds, but you go back a little
Oh, and also,
bit.
I didn't spot this. Andy did. She thinks that they've got a little preview of the title sequence here as well.
Yeah, they do. They do. I've seen it. It is the new title sequence. It is. It's definitely the new title sequence. There's something there now. You don't really get to see that image really clear
No,
in this, but it looks like some sort of chamber.
no,
Yeah.
but that's the chamber it was originally in because that's what Jack kept it in.
Oh, yes, the hand. Hand chamber.
Oh, that's the hand. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like a hand's reaching out to it. So
So there's the new.
Yeah.
This could be the new time vortex, folks. New time vortex, new sequel.
Well, at least it's not made of clouds.
Yeah, and we got a bit of a TARDIS. So this could be the start of the trailer where the TARDIS comes in, and then it goes into the time vortex.
Yeah, but I was
So
going to
there
say
you go.
that doesn't look like Jodie's TARDIS, though, does it? That looks like pre-Jodie.
They've repainted it in a lot better color.
So let's keep going back because there's. I'm only
Like
4
dark royal
seconds
blue.
done. I've only 4 seconds done.
Yeah.
So there's something coming in here. It's very
Yeah.
faint.
Apparently, the binary code spells Star Beast.
Yeah.
That's what Rabbi found out.
Yeah, lots of fans have deciphered it.
Yeah,
So
it's a
there you
Star
go.
Beast. It's all based on Star Beast.
Is that to do with Beat the Meep then?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
beat the
Yeah.
meat part. What's been him crazy?
Right, so make sure the sound is off. We'll go back to the beginning and we'll just play the full teaser right here, the way.
Tell you what though, well done BBC, finally started to promote the 60th. I mean, it took
Yeah,
how
yeah,
long?
yeah. Should have been promoted since Christmas, really.
It should have been.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm going to have to stop sharing for a minute because this is acting.
Yeah, your computer won't like it.
Yeah. Absolute gold, and you're locking it away.
What did you think, PD, then?
It was interesting. As I said, it's nice to finally showing something, but it was like a 10-second teaser trailer before I called it Country File, or whatever it was before. Can't remember what it was before. Wasn't really watching.
I don't know. I wasn't watching. I got
I don't watch BBC.
Garbage
watched-
mod loving messaged me. Oh, there's been a teaser.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I know. It's just weird timing. It's like, I expected like a kind of full teaser trailer in Easter.
Well,
It's
it looks
like
like they've picked Eurovision, so at least
Yeah.
they've picked an event.
Yeah. But it's it's good. I'm glad we're kind of getting this. But I think my opinion is that the Jodie could have been from Pete's World. Could have been the actual Doctor from Pete's World. They managed to cross over at the end of Capaldi's regeneration. It's all going down that path.
I just don't see how he can be Metacrisis because we saw Jodie physically regenerate into it.
Yeah.
And
Unless they
Metacrisis
back over.
shouldn't regenerate.
Well, that's what we did see, but we also saw David Tennant's Doctor's clothes regenerate onto him as well. So that's so that was obviously because that was an unusual thing to happen in New Who anyway.
Yeah, so it happened once. Classic.
Yeah. So there's a reason why that happened. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Maybe Jodie's Doctor reality did regenerate into shooties, but somehow whatever the Celestial Toy Maker has done, if that's what Neil Patrick Harris's character has played, he has done something to the Doctor to make them think. I don't know. It's just weird, man.
That's weird.
We'll just have to wait. Look, it's May now. June, July, August, September, October, November. It's only 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months away.
And we've had some good Star Trek, so I'm happy.
Right, we're 6 months away. Well, not that long. It's going to fly in now because the summer normally does. The kids think they're great when they're on the summer holidays, but it flies in for those poor little feckers. It'll drag in for us, but it'll fly in for them. It will. But we're not far away. But
getting close.
Look, I reckon there's more to this, right? We're gonna get something on Eurovision, so this is the thing. I'd like to know when, because I don't want to be sitting there watching Eurovision.
That's what Dan Coughlin said when I told him. He was like, God, I'm going to have to watch the whole thing. I was like, surely they'll have to say when it's dropping on the night.
Well, Eurovision starts at what, 7?
Yeah, but it doesn't finish till about 10, like 11, easy.
Yeah, but don't they have a a break at an hour in, don't they? 8 o'clock? Do you have
the program doesn't break. They obviously have a break once everybody's sung. And then they're counting the votes and all that malarkey. But they don't have a break. That's what I mean.
It could be before.
Thinking.
Which would be if the Eurovision starts at 7, we could have the trailer a few minutes before 7.
That's what I think what they're going to do, honestly. It doesn't make sense to do it at the end of it. And you can't put it halfway through.
Give us more. We want to see more now. This is it now. You've got to up your game. Up your game now because...
Well, yeah, and it's like I said this before, you're going to have to actually start to promote the 60th.
Yeah.
It needs to be a major crowd drawing thing.
Yeah.
And
I'm still excited. Look, wasn't expecting that little teaser. No.
Yeah, Picard Series 3 advertised, but it was advertising a year before it came out.
The way he did that, really do. Is that you? Is that your internet going, or is that my internet telling me that it's weak? Because if it is, it means it'll probably get cut off.
Well,
No,
you
probably yours. Mine's fine.
I don't know, because you just went silent for me. I don't know if PD could
Yeah.
hear you.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't hear.
All right. I don't know. Maybe. But look, I don't think there's any more really to say about the teaser because, as I said, it was only 10 seconds. You know, it was pretty loaded. There are some stuff there. There's obviously the Donna line. Why did he choose this face again and all of this and blah, blah, blah. But maybe a new time vortex title sequence in there. But yeah, there's not much really now until
Yeah.
they release something else. So I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, the audio, yeah, which means the internet is gonna go. So I'm gonna end this stream before that does happen because we don't want to leave poor Queen Charlotte here.
I won't be by myself at least.
Yeah, after what happened the last time. So we'll go around the panel anyway, and we'll start with Queen Charlotte first.
Yep, so recently on the Spacebook, 2 things you'll see me on. We did our, like Dan does the Saturday show where it's general geeky chat, and me and him had a proper geeking sort of thing about Power Rangers. Nobody else understood a clue we were talking about.
No,
Me and Dan had
watching.
fun. It was fun for us to just to sort of talk about Power Rangers because of the anniversary special on Netflix that's just dropped. And then because we were talking that night, we did a little extra 20 minutes beforehand reacting to the teaser, so you'll see us also all react to the teaser.
JFO says it'll be interesting to show us anything from specials 2 or 3. The first trailer, that wasn't even a trailer. They don't even have it down as a trailer. It was just a teaser. They haven't given us a trailer. We haven't had
it's an
a full
teaser.
trailer for any of the episodes. But if they do a full trailer, it will feature all 3. Just like you used to do with the series trailers. We haven't had a proper trailer. We've had a couple of teasers. That's it. They don't even class the ones that they put
teaser
up as a trailer. They call them teaser trailers. So we haven't even gotten a proper trailer yet.
Yeah, we've had a teaser trailer.
You're right. I think Eurovision will be the big night to launch the main trailer now. We'll get 2 trailers, right? We'll get one then, and I reckon because they have hinted that there may be a possibility of them going to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they will go, and he'll have he'll have a second trailer for San Diego Comic-Con. It'll be that's where it'll be done. And San Diego Comic-Con is when? The end of July, August, something like that?
Yeah, the main one, sometime now.
Yeah.
Or it could be, if they've got possibly a cast announcement to go to San Diego Comic-Con with it. It might be some actual footage of the big casting announcement, if there's one that they want, because they tend to do that for San Diego.
Yeah, it might surprise us with one of the former doctors, which would be bleeding deadly if that happened, but you know. Anyway.
Oh no.
Anyway, PD, do your shout outs because I am actually me signal is gone crazy here, so I don't want to. So go ahead. Okay,
you can find me sometimes on most of the time in the chat on Rabbi's channel with the rest of the mods, or you can find me on Downstream. Oh, I'll get it right in a minute. Sometimes I rarely go on Downstream. That's where you find me.
There you go. San Diego Comic-Con is in July. So yeah,
July.
So that'd be perfect timing because it's closer again to November. It would be the perfect time to release the second trailer. And then that would probably, unless they've got, and apparently the comic book or the comic strip is going to show us the new Screwdriver, according to some. So there's still plenty to be announced, still plenty to hear. You know, Murray Gold's being announced now. So there's not many announcements to go. We still have the TARDIS interior to go, even though we kind of all know what that looks like, but we haven't actually seen it in the flesh yet. So that will be to go. So there's plenty. I'll be back here. I haven't done a member stream in a while, so I'll have to do a member stream because, you know, everything just has gone to, you know, because I was doing the Twitter streams because I'm afraid to bleed and say, and I'm bleeding YouTube now. Every day I'm looking and there's channels being demonetized, like, so, you know, I'm thinking of setting up that rumble. I still have the poll going. I'll wait until the end result of the poll, to be honest with you. Some people just said I should just set up a rumble, but I'll wait. What the hell? Hey, what are you doing in there? Stop that barking. I'm streaming.
There we go. On a live stream
for
as well.
God's sake, of all the things
You
to do.
fucking tell me when he's barking. That's
Wow.
what you're at.
Well, anyway, hold on. We're finishing this stream.
You don't yell at me.
Someone's walking their cat. Someone's walking their cat.
Because that's what you do nowadays.
Oh,
Yeah.
People have lost the fucking plot, mentally ill. Anyway, gonna leave it there anyway. Yeah, so I'll come on and do it. I'll just talk some random stuff. I just feel bad that, you know, I didn't do one. So we'll get that going again. And stuff. Well, I was actually, remember, we were gone for another week because some little rat bag decided to report us for something because they're idiots. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now because I'm going to go off and watch the snooker, but you can catch me here on Tuesday. I might do an stream on Twitter again. Everybody's enjoying the Twitter streams, so come and join me on Twitter. Wednesday. See, I don't even know what we're doing anymore.
Wednesdays, like chill, random talk.
Oh, yeah, it's the chill zone. It's the chill zone. I forgot. See, it's just gone all over the place again. Right, the chill zone on Wednesday. On Thursday, we don't. Well, I was going to
stream.
I don't stream. I was going to do the movie zone, but I'm going to wait till the winter to do all that. There's no point wasting me time and energy doing a movie and then like 3 people turn up. It's not. Come on, it's not really. You know what I mean? It's kind of, you know, you put all that effort in and then 3 people just turn up. It just doesn't seem to be worth doing the movie streams. You know what I mean? Right now. But yeah, we're back Friday. TARDIS Sound Talks, 6:15, and then of course 9 o'clock for Friday Night Contact. And we already have some whopper topics to talk about Friday. Hollywood never ceases to amaze us.
Oh yeah. Gary's latest video. Yeah.
So like, yeah, they're in a lot of trouble. But
another bank collapses. Yeah. Californian.
Sake, right, me crazy neighbours there. I better go. Right, we'll wrap it up. This has been NuWhoZone. My memory's gone to shit, for God's sake, man. Right, this has been NuWhoZone. This is me, Noel, your host. Yeah, I'm on Twitter, NuWhoZone. Check me out. I don't talk Doctor Who really that much on the Twitter account anymore. Because I've removed myself from all the Doctor Who social medias actually, and that's how I missed the bleeding, the tweets and all of that, because I'm not. I've unsubbed them, unfollowed them. I'm not going to follow them until they earn me trust again. And you know, I won't say to fans that that's what they should do, but that's what I'm going to do. BBC, RTD and Bad Wolf Studios have to earn my trust back as a Doctor Who fan. So until then, I'm off their social medias, and that's the way it's going to stay until they regain me trust, because we've been treated like crap the last 5 years, and I don't intend to be treated like that anymore. So that's the way I've gone about it. So I know I'm going to miss out on a lot of stuff because I have, but I don't care.
Catch up the Blu-rays. I do.
It doesn't matter anyway. Do you know what? People, as soon as that teaser dropped, I got about 50 fucking messages anyway.
Say, you'll get plenty of people tell you. Right.
So I'm pretty sure Van breaks some of me loyal subscribers or followers on Twitter will bleed and send the information my way anyway.
Or I'll tell you, because Dan will get told. Or one of us inside 40 will get told.
Yeah.
That's it. So there you go. Right, we're off. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm off to watch the snooker now. Have a good one. Good night, folks.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. This has been the TARDIS Zone. This has been NuWhoZone. Now you can get the feck out of here. Bye bye.
Why not? Just at the end. Just be kind.
Come on. Right, let's do that again.